out to the Nerd Effect News Show. I would normally say weekending, but we're having a bit of a format change. I am one of your hosts, Dustin Vancouver. Follow my buddies.
Mason Ireland.
Nikki Brindle.
And the Ghost of Mike!
The Ghost of Mike is spooky and talking about boobs.
Because it's the Ghost of Mike.
Yeah.
I can see it.
He's like, monkey tits.
Just to start off, first off, you probably already heard the Tomodachi guys. Pleasure having them on the show.
They were lovely.
Yep.
Get your tickets ordered. Go. It'll be awesome. Megaran's going to be there. Awesome voice actors are going to be there. Kay Murdoch's going to be there. Arcade rooms. And
Lots of panels.
Lots of
and
panels.
I
And
can't
artists
Speak any
and,
And don't forget-
all general awesomeness.
yes. And us. We'll be there.
And
Yes.
Colonel Awesomeness, and Private Awesomeness, and Sergeant Awesomeness. You said General Awesomeness.
Yes.
I made it really into
So,
entirely me
And if you have your own room at the hotel, possibly some private awesomeness.
Oh, high five, buddy!
hey! Sorry. My brain almost registered that a little too late, but so I'm going to start with the news off with just by saying you may have noticed there may have been a slight format change. Schedules, they're a thing. My wife's in graduate school. My daughter's in trying to destroy people at her former daycare. And Nikki's got school, and
Yay.
syncing up schedules has kind of become kind of a rough thing. And my wife works on days every other weekend, so the weekends that she's going to be working those days, and it's nights every other weekend.
So when she's working days, we are going to be recording podcasts, is what Dustin is trying to say.
Yeah.
That.
We're once again here too late and not sentenced.
Yeah, but that's no fault of
For
our
me.
own. That was because we enjoy talking to
made
Tomodachi guys.
friends.
Yeah.
And James and Josh were both awesome.
Radical.
Yes.
Radical, just say it.
They're pretty radical.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it.
They may have even been a little bit bodacious.
Or gnarly,
Gnarly's good.
but the good gnarly, not the bad
I
gnarly.
used to have a t-shirt
Gnarly like surfer gnarly.
Yeah.
like totally
Gnarly.
gnarly, bro.
Wow, you're disturbingly good at that.
Sure.
Please stop.
I grew up watching the Ninja Turtles. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Michelangelo kind of had that thing going.
Yeah. I still kind of wanted to punch you.
And Fast Times at Ridgemont High. There was that too.
I love that movie.
That's funny. Mr. Hand. Bro.
Oh my god. Please stop.
So we're going to go to more of a one-show-a-week format where we'll record the 2 shows that we normally do. We might even squeeze 3 if we even have enough time. But more than likely, probably not. But we'll try.
That's a lot of sentence forming.
That is a lot of sense. So expect 2 to 3 shows every 2 weeks. Cool? Cool.
Okay, well, I was going to suggest possibly throwing the news back into the main show, just like kind of try to machine gun through it a little bit quicker than we used to.
Well, but then
how we do interviews and stuff.
yeah.
Well, for interviews, we wouldn't do news.
Well, Dustin's idea works, okay. But we're supplementing this with a bi-weekly newsletter.
Yes. Nikki,
So,
announce.
oh, okay.
You got 2 things.
Yeah, 2 things. I hate free time. So,
She has to fill that gap with something.
yeah, I've got like 3 hours a week that I'm not doing stuff, and I was like, you know what's great? Newsletters. So, I would imagine that most of you listening are probably subscribed. If you're not, go to our website, and it's under the what tab, Dustin?
The users tab.
The users tab, click newsletter. You can sign up there. Send it up bi-weekly. It's got fun news, random stuff from the internet, exciting announcements, such as the one that came out in the newsletter I sent out yesterday.
Yes, yesterday being the
Saturday.
13th?
The something.
the something.
Something. Don't judge me. I'm making content.
Saturday the 13th.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Friday the 13th.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Mr. Calendar. Nerd Effect Jr. happened. Because when we were at the Library of Comic-Con, there were a lot of people that either wouldn't necessarily appreciate our language or were children. And we were talking about it, and nerdy kids deserve cool stuff too. Because we didn't have this kind of cool stuff when we were nerdy kids, and think of how awesome we'd be if we did.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yes.
I mean,
Which actually runs right into my news story, but
Yeah, okay, well, let me finish mine,
yep, go ahead.
jerk.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I lost my train of thought. It's more like one of those hand carts that goes on train tracks where you pump it up and down. Like, yeah, it's really ridiculous.
Doesn't matter which one you use; they can both be derailed.
Exactly. Words. Oh, Nerd Effect Junior. So it's going to be a really cool place where we can share kid-appropriate stories and links and websites, and I'm hoping for submissions from some actual children. So if you have a kid or know a kid or are a kid, and you have an article you want to write about something, or you saw a cool, nerdy something you want to write a review.
You learned something cool in school that
Yeah,
day.
you learned something awesome in like science class that you really just are super stoked about and feel like, hey, you know what, I want to write a report for not a grade. You could send it in to junior@nerdeffect.com, and we will totally put it up on the Facebook page, and we're working on getting a website going.
Yes.
So eventually that'll have stuff too. But the idea is that it's a place that kids can go to enjoy nerdy things in a nice, safe environment. And we're having an art contest also.
This is news. This is announcements number 2.
This is announcements number 2. Is my birthday next week, and I like art. Therefore, art contest is happening because reasons. So if you want to enter our art contest, draw up a superhero, either one that exists already or one you made up or whatever, and email it to newsletter@nerdeffect.com. And so we're doing 2 categories. There's the younglings, which is 13 and under, I believe is what I said.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Jedi, which is 14 and up. All these details are on the Nerd Effect site or the Nerd Effect Junior site also. And you email it in and let us know what category you're in, your age if you're not shy about your age, your name, and the title of your drawing if you want. Submissions have to be in by, I totally forgot the words I decided, I think October 1st. You guys? Is it October? You're not helpful. Yeah, by that date. And winners get prizes, and there's going to be a grand prize winner for the adults, one for the kids, and then 2 runners up, and you get prizes and draw cool pictures, and your pictures go on the internet. The end. Yay!
Yay!
Me form sentences good?
Yes.
Yay!
So we are excited. I actually remember. It's funny because I do remember the conversation now. It's when I was talking with Jen regarding. Yeah, Nikki came up with this cool idea that we should start Nerd Effect Junior, and she's like, I told you that when you first started the damn thing.
She did.
Like she's like, you got to make that decision when you're going to start your podcast if you're going to be, if you're going to make it explicit for adults only or mature audiences, or if you really want to make your audience wider, you're going to want to be able to appeal to younger people too.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're going to be swearing on your show or she's like, I told you, and then I was like, yeah, well, pox on you.
Or great minds think alike.
Or great minds, yes. But that wasn't my initial thought. But I do like the idea.
Well, I was going to say, but like, especially when the first few, not the first one was Zach, but like when it was me, you, and Jake for a while, swearing was happening. It was just, there was no way it wasn't going to happen.
No.
Still happens. Fuck balls, titties, ass.
I know it still happens, but
Yeah.
just
Monkey tits.
Things that aren't appropriate for young ears or old ears that don't like hearing such things.
yes.
So,
We make it visual and readable.
yeah, it's not gonna be linked back to the main Nerd Effect page because we want it to be a safe place for the kids to browse around and click on things without necessarily coming across stuff that's not appropriate for them. So, but the Nerd Effect page will link to it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Links in one direction.
Yeah, it's going to be an enclosed environment that's safe
Like
for
a baby
kids.
monitor.
Yes.
Yes,
juniors.
it is. It's like a baby monitor. And it's going to be, I'm going to be doing my darndest to keep putting up any material I find. But as was previously mentioned, I am working in school making a newsletter and various other things.
Well, I think the ultimate goal is to make it a contributor site
yes,
too.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. So we also really want it to be something that people submit things to. So if you come across something that you think kids would totally dig, that's nerdy, send it to us. Email it to us, post it on our Facebook page, and we will share it around.
Nerd Effect Junior also has its own Facebook page.
Yeah, it's got its own Facebook page. I believe there's a link on the Nerd Effect page.
I don't know about the Nerd Effect
one.
page, but the Nerd Effect Facebook page, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The actual Nerd Effect site doesn't have one yet.
I said page. Sorry. Yeah, anyways, I'll repost a link to it. And we've all been sharing it around, and it's still just a baby. But we're planning on I'd love to have articles written by kids. It
would be nice to have a few things on the site before.
Well, yeah. The website's not gonna happen yet. It's the Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
But I'd like to eventually do like a book club, but with comics, stuff like that. So if you've got suggestions, things you'd like to see, submissions, just shoot them to junior@nerdeffect.com.
Yay! All right. Thank you, Nikki.
Yes.
And move on to normal news.
Word.
Yeah.
Yay. Rochambeau it.
Sure.
Here we go.
It's just you two, because that was my news.
Oh, that was your news?
We discussed this before the show.
All right, well,
It was your
do
idea.
Ready?
This. Yep.
Okay, bye.
Hoi. I'll go first since mine kind of segues into...
From Nikki's news.
Yeah, it segues from Nikki News, and because it's about kids and being awesome. So this one
Everything is awesome.
When you're part of a team.
Tegan and Sarah sing a really cool song. I have shoes designed by them with cats on them.
It's true, she does.
I do.
But
They're my cat lady shoes. They're pretty great. They're vegan. I don't know why you'd eat shoes, but they are.
This one comes to us from from the Free Press Journal. Video game teaches kids how to become super soldiers. I mean, no, wait.
that's called America's Army. The game's been out for a little while.
Rewind. Try again. Everything is awesome. Oh no, you rewound too far.
God, we're tired.
I need a nap or coffee.
What's a napper coffee?
I don't know, but I feel like it should be a drink.
I know.
When people say I need a nap or coffee, and then you'd be like, here you go.
It depends on your reaction to caffeine, I guess. Video game that teaches kids how to code.
There you go.
The research, well, which they could potentially learn code to develop games to be kid. Never mind.
You're going too meta. Just go for the arcade,
Stop
man.
saying words.
The researchers have been, let's see. Scientists are developing a new and improved version of Code Spells, a first-person player game that teaches players how to code and have already received $50,000 on the crowdsourced website Kickstarter. The game's previous iteration, developed by the University of California, San Diego computer science PhD students Sarah Esper and Stephen Foster, has been in use in dozens of schools throughout the world for more than a year. The researchers have been using the game as a platform to learn about the best ways to teach children how to code. Let's see. The researchers demonstrate that after playing Code Spells for either 4 hours over 4 weeks or 10 hours over 7 days, children ages 8 to 12 were able to write code by hand in Java. It is the goal of Code Spells to provide a rich experience of computer science education to students who may not have access to an educator, Asper says. So, let's see here. So basically, it looks like these guys have developed a pretty easy game that you can use that, you know, based on what you're learning, can teach you how to code in Java. And I think everybody enjoys first-person games in one way or another.
Yeah.
I do like their stock photo, though, because the kid's playing with a joystick, which makes zero sense. There should be a mouse and keyboard in that kid's hands.
Yes.
But I think that's pretty cool, because I know there's lots of coding sites out there. I'm trying to remember the one that I was tinkering. I think it's not Codemasters, Code Academy.
Yeah.
I fiddled with that for about a day.
Gotta have a little more dedication to it to really learn something.
The cool thing about Code Academy is it really is fun to learn and use. And I did it I played with it for about an hour and got through some of the basics. I didn't retain any of it, unfortunately, but because obviously it takes some repeated use to get it down. But from what I was learning, it was quick and easy. But that's for adults and people who are going to be reading and comprehending what's going on. Whereas if you're an 8 to 12-year-old, your attention span's that of a flea.
Or of an 8 to 12-year-old.
Or of an 8 to 12-year-old.
Yes.
And kids pretty much learn visually for the most part. So that's probably a really good way for them to learn how to do it.
Makes you wonder what else they could sneak in that way. Because, like, we had Math Blaster. Do you guys remember that?
Math Blaster.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't work.
And Reader Rabbit.
I did like Reader Rabbit. I did like that a lot. And Mavis Beacon teaches typing, that obnoxious level where you're the race car, and every time you fuck up, a fly hits your windshield.
I never did the Mavis Beacon thing.
Oh, my God.
I did the Mario teaches typing.
Flies. So many flies.
But yeah, I think it's a cool idea. And I'm glad that Kickstarter is, people have been reaching out to Kickstarter to get it off the ground.
Makes amazing things happen.
It also makes dumb things happen, but
it makes really good things like the Lunker happen.
The beauty of Kickstarter is if you get funded, you have an idea that at least enough people who are willing to pay enough money to get it want.
Right.
And that whereas
you don't make it and then find out.
You don't make it. Well, one, you don't make it and find out no one wants it, and B, you can take the risks of trying to develop and possibly even prototype something first, but then you can try it on Kickstarter. You don't have to try to convince a major corporation to try to buy your idea off you or produce your idea for you.
Like the Galunker book, the reason they put it on Kickstarter is because no publisher will touch a book that has a pit bull as a positive character. Yeah. Which I think is fucking ridiculous, but we don't need to go off on that.
So, yeah.
My favorite thing I saw on Kickstarter was this thing that fits under your desk that's like a little stationary bike that's just like the pedals so you can exercise while you're sitting at your desk all day. I want it. It's like $400, and they ended up making them, and now they're for sale. For exercise equipment, dude.
Yeah, but it's a pedal.
Yeah, but it makes you not die of diabetes from working in the desk all day. No, like the health risks of sitting all day are insane.
Yeah, that's why you should actually stand for 5 minutes every hour minimum.
I want a standing desk is what I want.
I stand up like every 30 seconds.
I don't. I want one of those treadmill desks, actually. Those are really cool. Mm-hmm. But this thing is a lot more affordable. Those are upwards of like $2,000. This is way cheaper by comparison. And it just fits under your desk. It's just this tiny little thing that fits under your desk, and you can just pedal away while you're typing. I would totally get one if I could afford it, but that was made possible by Kickstarter. So dumb things happen, but so do awesome things. Mm-hmm.
Yay typing!
Yay typing!
Kickstarter also made Reading Rainbow happen again.
Yes,
it did. Why would you insult Kickstarter?
When did I insult it?
You said dumb things happen on Kickstarter.
The dumb things do happen on Kickstarter sometimes.
Also, Reading Rainbow happens on Kickstarter.
It does.
That counteracts the dumb.
It does.
It also prevents future dumb.
It does.
Yes.
Reading.
I think there was didn't the toilet paper with like Saddam Hussein's face get bumped on Kickstarter? Like, didn't that how that?
Oh, that's no. That was around long before Kickstarter.
Yeah, that was way before Kickstarter.
I was to say they had that in the first Iraq War.
Yeah.
I felt like there was something like that got.
When they had Gaddafi toilet paper when Libya was acting up the first time.
That's an old joke.
That's an old joke.
There was probably Hitler toilet paper.
If they had the printing technology to print onto paper that's that fragile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because toilet paper is actually rather thin.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So
thin and fluffy.
Not if you buy the cheap stuff.
That's why you don't skimp on the teepee.
I was reading a backpacking magazine, and they were talking about how if you're cutting back weight, don't skimp on your toilet paper. Get the good stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a lot of comfort things in the backcountry, and toilet paper's important.
Make your bum happy because you're going to be walking on it for several hours a
You
day.
walk on your butt?
No, but you know
How
what
do you do that?
you're
Well, the cheeks are going to be rubbing, I think is what he means.
I know, but
You're
the
going to be
way
doing
he said
lunges
it,
and squats basically for 10 hours a day, climbing up hills and trails.
with 40 pounds on your back.
40
because
pounds on your
you
back.
hate yourself. And why take a vacation in a hotel with running water that you can drink?
And TVs and all the comforts of home built into
And
a
swimming
10-foot
pools.
square.
Why do
And-
that when you can have a backpack full of the bare minimum of what you need to survive and carry it really, really far?
Think of it this way. It'll get gradually lighter as you go.
Barely. Food is like... My pack weighs 40 pounds without food. It's maybe going to weigh 42 with food. Maybe.
It's still 2 pounds that wasn't there before.
Yeah, that's true.
Still comes out 2 pounds lighter. So,
Yeah.
whatevs.
Whatevs your face?
Oh,
So coding, you guys.
yes.
So coding, kids.
Go
Awesomeness.
Kids are
Yes.
smart and good at computers. I feel like teaching kids how to code is a bad idea, though.
Why? Secures jobs for the future.
Yeah.
Also creates supervillains, but
Yeah, that was more what I was thinking.
But it'll also create the superhero to counteract the supervillain.
With great power.
but usually the
comes great
supervillain ends up
responsibility.
getting recruited to become a superhero. It's like, you can hack? Come visit me. I'm Apple CEO.
No, it's actually usually, hi, I work for the CIA or NSA.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't actually not become a villain. You're just a legalized
for hire.
You're just a legalized villain.
Wasn't the CEO of Apple hired some like 17-year-old kid to be like not their head of security, but like to be a part of the security team after he had
Like to
hacked.
test
He like
shit.
Yeah.
he hacked the new iOS within like 4 hours or something like that of its release.
Yeah.
And like, who is this kid? And get him on our team immediately. And now he's getting paid money
Yeah.
to do what he could have been doing for free. Yay!
Yay.
Anyway, that was my news.
Plus, hacking and coding are different.
Oh, I know.
You have to
but
know
I-
how
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
you do
All
have-
you have to do is watch Hackers, and you know that hacking means that there's all these really pretty lights and cool sounds
Yeah.
and letters zipping across the screen that for somehow magically reflect onto your face, even though that's not a thing that happens. And they do it.
And
Well, that's called drama to
it
make
bothered
something
me.
very boring. Because real hacking, one, is a lot of sleeping, but while your programs chew on things. But besides that, it's coding. Like, it's typing.
Action shot.
Eh,
Click, 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 click.
Not
Fade into another action shot from a different angle. Click, click,
click,
click, click, click.
Yeah, it's not that. It's
Fade
not
into him opening up a Diet Coke. Ksh.
Jolt Cola back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
Be like a Monster or a Red Bull now, but
God, I miss Jolt.
I miss Jolt too.
And Surge was amazing.
I was
still
gonna say,
available in not America.
That's not helpful to me, Mason.
It's like available in like both Europe and Asia.
Again, not helpful.
Europeans.
Yeah, but I don't think that it would ship well in just a standard
Yeah, okay.
package. I wouldn't be able to drink it for like a month with all the shaking around that would happen.
If they make it because of all the shaking around.
Yeah, exactly. They would just explode. It's what would happen.
Yeah. But anyway, whereas, coding's just coding, learning how to code. Hackers essentially learn how to find the exploitations in code.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then they skateboard around to payphones and hook up their laptops and wear weird vests that are all puffy and
And get-
backpacks that just go
and
across
get
one.
Angelina Jolie's boobs in your face.
And then
in
they
a
jump in
dream
a
sequence.
pool in their clothes at the very end of the movie. And that's
Yes.
how hackers work.
right.
I really want to rewatch that movie.
Did we really just sum up the entire movie?
Yes.
I have the
And-
soundtrack on my phone right now. I could play something if you want it. Oh, they also have weird nicknames that they call each other.
That's kind of true.
That's just
though.
called a
Well,
handle.
That's a handle. That's
and
kinda
then-
true.
And then they hack the planet. Hack the planet! And they use floppy disks.
Back
That's
in
what
the day,
the save button is, kids.
back in the day, they used floppy disks because
Mm-hmm.
it's what we had.
Or like The Net, where you're Sandra Bullock and you go into a major conference and you just fucking pop a 3.5 floppy in the computer and like, and it does, and then you gotta pretend like you're being chased down by weird NSA people and or weird evil people.
Yeah.
She was
Or
order-
like in conspiracy theory,
she's-
where you have a conspiracy theory. Let's stop talking. Let's keep talking about 90s movies. This is fun.
She's so hipster that she was ordering pizza online before ordering pizza online was cool.
Before it was possible.
Predicts the future, man. Predicting the future.
Pizza Hut's like, I'm listening.
Hey, ordering pizza online is awesome.
I do it on a regular basis. I don't have to talk to people. All I have to do is answer my door. I don't even have to give money. I can do that on the internet too.
We should still tip the
Well,
driver.
yeah, I do sometimes if they're not late and douchey. Which is a thing that happens when you live in apartment
Late and
complexes.
douchey.
Although there is one guy, and his name's funny, and I can't remember what it is. Damn it, I'm gonna have to look next time I order pizza.
He won't show up next time you order pizza now.
It's always him.
Oh.
Like, he's the pizza guy.
But, you should always, you should tip the drivers because, it's just rude not to because they don't get compensated for
I
their
know,
gas.
That's how they
but
get paid
here's
for
the
their gas,
thing:
yeah.
is a tip is a reward for excellent customer service. If they're douchey and my pizza's late, and it's like all jostled around in the box, I'm not going to tip them because they didn't provide me with excellent customer service.
Do you open the box before?
Yeah,
they
because
leave?
I've been given wrong pizzas before. I always check the box.
Yeah, so do I because
Yeah.
I've been given a wrong pizza before
Yeah.
too, and it wasn't like. It was, and it was an honest mistake. It wasn't like, because the guy was like, that one's not yours. Oh, hold on, check the next one down in the bag, and oh, this one's yours. Sorry.
Yeah, one time I didn't check the box, and they brought me totally the wrong thing, and it was a smaller pizza than what I had ordered, and like just shit on it. I didn't like. Normally I don't complain about stuff, but so we ended up calling them and being like, they brought us the wrong pizza, and our breadsticks aren't here. WTF. And they ended up not only bringing us the right pizza, but giving us a free pizza.
Nice.
I do tip when I get free things. Because I got that thing for free. I'd be a pretty cheap bastard if I didn't tip.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you would.
So anyway,
So Stonehenge is cool.
yes, Stonehenge is very cool. Stonehenge,
Produce?
no,
Down
like
the street?
I guess they're cool too, but
Pretty cool.
no, I'm talking about this monument in England.
Tell us more.
Well,
Do they
there.
have a produce stand? That wasn't even that funny, Dustin.
It wasn't, but I just...
Actually, probably at one point in the past, there was the Stone Age equivalent or the Iron Age equivalent of a produce stand there because it was a large gathering spot for many thousands of people.
I read his article.
Oh, I read it too. I read it before.
That's why I said the words that I said. Because...
But I'm just imagining like Stonehenge as we know it and some dude just sitting out there trying to sell bread to like tourists.
That's...
Possibly happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been there.
It might.
Plus, like,
Who
yeah,
doesn't like fresh bread?
I don't know anyone.
And
That,
beautiful scenery. Like, together. As
even
friends.
better.
Yeah.
You could also
Sorry.
picnic then.
If I had, like, a Kalmata ciabatta loaf at Stonehenge and I could just sit down and eat it and just take in the scenery, I'd be the happiest person on the planet, I think.
Plus, I'd be in England, which is not America.
Which
So-
is awesome.
Which is, which would mean I'd be on vacation, which would be sweet.
And closer to Doctor Who!
Yes.
Yay! I'd run around Stonehenge, whee doing airplane
Hello,
arms.
Stonehenge.
Exactly.
So, anyway, they have found using awesome things such as sciencey things like ground penetrating radars, which are cool,
Yes.
They find bodies with that.
3D
Yes.
mapping stuff, right?
and yes, and 3D mapping tools. They have found over 17 other ritual monuments that are currently underground in the Stonehenge super complex, including what they call a massive House of the Dead with hundreds of burial mounds, possible processional route around Stonehenge itself, and 60 more gigantic stone or timber columns. All of this still very possibly aligned with the sun. And yeah, generally a whole lot of awesomeness over about a 3,000 acre area around Stonehenge. That makes it even bigger and cooler than we once thought it was.
Calling it a what?
Superhenge.
Yay!
Yay!
Dun, 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 dun.
So
Is that the Superman theme song?
yes,
I love it.
and also one of the other things about this is that they have figured out that it was probably used for a lot longer than we initially thought Stonehenge was used for. So,
Neat.
yeah, it's like some of the some of the earlier Neolithic complexes that they think some of this is part of predates the actual erection of Stonehenge. Word choices. Sometimes they make bad ones. Predates the what we think of as Stonehenge for by about at least 500 years.
Go into your bedroom and say, hey, honey, check out my hinge.
He's pantomiming and waving it around, by the way. I'm assuming in Honey's face.
No. But no, serious, that's fucking cool. And I hope
Yes.
that we somehow figure out a way to get down there.
Digging.
But
I would
that
really hope that they
break
can find
the
an entrance
hinge.
point somewhere so they don't have to dig too hard.
Well, no, this was all.
So
this was
they
all.
don't have to dig too hard.
This was all ground level stuff.
At one
Just
point,
got buried.
At one point, they got buried. So
there's no entry point
there's no entry
for
points.
the erection.
Guess I'll just have to handle it some other way. Sorry. Apologize for that. But anyway, yes, no, it is, in all seriousness, it is really interesting. Like,
No,
for
it's
some
super
reason,
cool.
the Salisbury Plain and specifically the area around Stonehenge was really, really important to
somebody.
everybody who lived in southern England at the time for, thousands of years at this point. The Celts, the Beaker peoples, the other early Britons, they all found something they considered it, the Salisbury Plain, for some reason to be very important for some reason. And, hopefully, probably, unfortunately, we will never, but it would be very cool to find out why this specific area was so important that they kept using it. And we have
Aliens.
not even close. And the thing is that we have instances of cities being abandoned and living areas being abandoned.
Alien invasion?
Aliens.
I'm gonna kill both of you.
It's my favorite game.
I'm just messing with you. I'm done.
He knows. He knows.
But so we know that people didn't necessarily stick around just because there were already people at a site. Sometimes that would force us to move. So it would be kind of cool to figure out why wave of people after people kept finding the Salisbury Plain so important that they put big ritual sites on it.
Possible flooding?
Aliens.
Alien flooding? That's just a really weird visual.
Excuse me while I stab both of these people with a microphone jack.
I'm just imagining like aliens just rolling in and like
Like
giant,
a wave of
water
aliens.
waves,
Like how the zombies in World War Z move, like in a wave.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
aliens. Yeah,
climbing
no, I
on
totally
each other
pictured
and
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Quick, somebody draw that immediately. I don't have the time nor the patience.
I don't have the fucks.
To give or take.
I ran out. Because aliens took them. Aliens took them.
So do you think they'll ever find the time to excavate it, or do you think they'll even bother?
Well, there's a couple of hang-ups.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a monument.
It's a World Heritage Monument.
Yep.
2, the land is privately owned.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And 3, this one is probably the easiest to overcome. It's called getting the funding.
Yeah.
because there's enough universities involved. You could get enough universities involved that you can basically pool funds and get a whole lot of money and a whole lot of graduate students.
And just throw it in handfuls at the owner and just
You take this, run, grad students! And they've got their little shovels and shit. They're just running past while the landowner's distracted by the raining of money. I fixed the problem.
just do a whole shut up and take my money.
But the getting the funding to do it is also a big thing, because it's always difficult to get funding from a university, no matter. It's because they think it's like a ritual that requires it to be hard to get funding from them to make your research worthwhile, I think.
It builds.
You want to do what and who now? No.
So, yeah. Getting funding, but the thing is that there's already enough universities involved in the Groundbreaking Radar project that hopefully they could pursue it and be able to come up with enough funding. But the area is also big.
Yes. Several miles.
Actually it was several hectares, so really big. So there's also that problem. I mean, it would have to be done in stages. But yeah.
I hear all the world's a stage. My comments have stopped making
Several
sense.
of them, apparently.
Yes. So, but possibly could be done in several stages. But we'll see. It would be nice to be able to get in there and get our grubby little archaeological hands on any artifacts that are possibly in the burial mounds to see what the grave goods are, so we could see what the people who did the burying thought was important. So,
I wonder if they'll find a Pandorica in there. Would you not shit yourself if they found something similar to that in there?
yeah.
I'm sure they would have found it with their groundbreaking radar by this point, but is that a giant cube about 40 meters down?
Well, Groundbreaking Radar doesn't go that deep.
Maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So we'll find the 13th Doctor, and
It'll be amazing.
It was all true.
okay, no one caught what number I said.
13th.
Okay.
We got it.
Okay. Because he's the next Doctor.
I know.
Okay.
Technically, we're on 13.
Depends. Let's not. No, we're not.
Not going to go into the War
no.
Doctor thing.
Have you seen?
He's the 12th Doctor. We're just going to call him the 12th Doctor.
Okay. I saw the stupidest fucking Doctor Who joke on Instagram, and it was a picture of John Hurt across a piece of paper and a picture of Matt Smith going the other way because it's an 8.5 by 11.
Oh, there's a level of nerd that we can only hope to achieve.
And it was achieved on Instagram.
And Instagram delivered. Thank you.
God.
Oh my
This is the reason I haven't unfollowed this account, because sometimes they're annoying. I think it's run by a teenager.
But sometimes you get
But
gold.
every once in a
Just
while,
get those
yeah.
gold nuggets every
it's
once in a
like,
while.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're sticking around.
So I'm going to start calling pieces of paper Hurt
by
Smiths.
Yeah,
Hurt by Smiths.
Hurt by Smith.
It'd be funny if you start seeing them show up that way as like a letter format on your printer options.
Hurt by Smith.
Hurt by Smith. Yeah.
I totally had to create a Hurt by Smith version of my poster this weekend, actually.
Cool.
This is a great conversation.
I love everything. I need
Deliriousness does pay off sometimes. Oh. Mike, we're sorry you couldn't be here for this because this is...
The deliriousness would have been even better.
Yeah, because he's also drunk on tooth drugs.
Yeah.
Good times.
Hydrocodone, specifically.
That fucked me up.
I never got it. When I got my wisdom teeth yanked, I got sent home and told to take aspirin.
Vicodin's not the same thing, is it?
No.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
Vicodin wouldn't just
I
knock
didn't
me the
even
fuck out.
get like gauze, like they didn't do any of the shit. When I talk to people who've got their wisdom teeth yanked and they tell me about the process they went through, I'm like, my dentist didn't do
Did
any
they
of that.
pack it with cloves?
No.
No. Because cloves make shit go numb.
Yeah, but it also burns your tongue. I've got clove oil at home.
Yeah, I got clove oil too. But I'd rather feel numb than pain.
Yeah. We love you, Mike. Sorry your teeth hurt.
Yes. All right, well, that's pretty much our news for the week.
I have one more.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, on the 16th, so I don't know when Dustin's going to be posting this.
So it'll be 1 week from
Your face.
I'll do probably like
1 week
Monday or
from your
Tuesday
face.
next week.
Okay, so it'll have been out since the 16th, which
Yes.
will be Tuesday, I think, or Wednesday, I don't remember.
Thursday is the 17th,
So Wednesday.
Yes.
A week from your face.
Today's the 14th,
Today is okay. So
Thanks, calendar.
so Tuesday.
yes, so Tuesday the 16th.
I totally said Thursday. If you're not fucked up with your calendar right now,
I don't know
Just
what
don't
day
pay.
it is.
So anyway,
I don't know
September
where I am.
16th.
yes.
It's 2 days before my brother's birthday.
So
September-
today's your brother's birthday on this year.
Happy birthday.
Thursday?
Okay, so on Tuesday, September 16th.
Yeah, I helped.
I don't know why they're so tired. It's really not that bad.
What time did you get up?
9.
I got up at 7.
I got up at 6:30.
It's not that many hours difference.
Talk to me in 2 hours and see if you can.
I'm assuredly I will be able to.
Well, your face will be able to.
I didn't go to bed till 1:30 last night because I was shopping on Amazon for a new screen for my phone. Because Amazon.
Because tired of broken phone screen.
Yes.
So anyway, on Tuesday the 16th, Girls' Generation, the subunit Tay TCO is coming out with their second mini album
That's good.
called Holler.
That's good.
Yes.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Are you gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I can't converse anymore.
Okay. Well, let's wrap this thing up then.
Stick this on my
Last thing I'll bring it up. The Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
This con beeps so obnoxiously during my class, you guys. I forgot to feed it this
Forgot to
morning.
feed it. I forgot to change its diaper. Pick up after it.
No, it's you wash the poop off the screen.
Tamagotchi Fest, number 7, Boise Hotel and Conference Center here in Boise on October 3rd through the 5th. Get your pre-registrations. It's going to be fun.
Bring your
be
grandparents
there.
because they can come in for free.
Yeah, seniors free, kids $10 for the whole weekend. Like,
Yep.
You're not going to beat that deal.
So
for
grandma,
a
bring
con
your
that you have to pay
grandkid.
for.
And for $10, both of you can laugh at the nerd folk and have fun and watch.
And join in with the nerd folk.
and
You don't
join
laugh
in-
at the
no,
nerd folk. You
they
laugh
will
with
start.
the nerd.
No, I'm luring them in, and then we're gonna bring them over to the dork side.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
so-
have cookies, by the way.
We have cookies. Yeah,
Delicious.
I should make cookies.
You should just make gigantic chocolate chip cookies.
I have Star Wars cookie cutters.
Oh, did you get them from Williams Sonoma?
Yes, with the lunchbox.
Yay.
Yeah.
High fives.
I couldn't resist. Anyway,
I wanted the Darth Vader pancake turner.
I did too.
I couldn't get it.
And the Darth Vader apron.
Yeah,
I
that was
almost
pretty cool, too.
crapped myself. I'm like, Williams Sonoma, it's bad enough I want all your cooking things and I want all the nerdy things. You have to have them be the same things?
Yay.
Yay!
So anyway, that's it. We hope you enjoyed our news show, because Lord knows I think I had fun.
I laughed a lot.
I laughed a lot too.
I cried.
You,
No, I laughed.
well, if
I
you cried, it
cried.
was because you were crying because you were laughing.
It's true.
Anyway, for the Nerd Effect News Show, we have been
Mason, Ireland.
I don't even know anymore.
Mike's Ghost, and I am Dustin Vancouver, and we will catch you guys next time.
Mike's ghost says monkey dance.